nana mai ka mau pula pula e ola kaniko o ahau maka I ole a palala uhala a kaui ka pu ane ane a laila lave aku oe au I ke alo wa ke ae o ka uola hae ke aku ae nana mai kau mau pula pula e ola kaniko a umaka I ole a palalau ala a kaui ka pu ane ane a leila lave aku oe a ui ke alo wa ke ae o ka uola hae ke aku mau pula pula e ola kaniko a umaka I ole a palalau ala a kaui ka pu ane ane a laila lave aku oe au I ke alo wa ke ae e ola la e ola ano ai me ke aloha ia kākua pauloa aloha. Perhaps if you're wondering why I'm standing here so emotional, and usually I don't get this emotional in offering an opening chant to acknowledge what this day is. But when Shane, where's Shane? Hi, Shane. Shane called me and says, Kumuhina, would you be able to grace us with opening and providing the blessing for today? So I want you to know, I get asked to do these things a lot. But what an honor to be asked to come for you today. Because not one person in this room can say that we have not been touched by the work that you do and the people you respond to, the needs and the lives that you tend to. And please, just know that when we say the veil between this physical world and the world of our kupuna and kekua, it's a very thin space. So I'm very emotional. Just know that the people that we don't see, well, today they all came to bear witness as you commence and you honor this day that acknowledges you. Mahalo, Shane, for this opportunity. Please continue to join me for the next moment. The chant that I offered is a traditional prayer for long life. May you have long life, good health. All of you, those of you who save all of us. And so too, the lives of the people that you touch. E pule kako I kia kua manalo I loko kalani. E no mako a paulo ke ako ko nei ke ia hola. O ke awa kea. Ke hapai nei no mako I ko mako mahalo. Mili lani o na nia kia oe e kia kua. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo a nui no nei a mau. Kia I o kiola. No ko lako loko mai kai, no ko lako vivo ole, no ko lako ho o kupaa, me ka lako mauhana mai kai hana kupa iana haa pauloa e kia kua. Mahalo anui no ke iamana o poko leo ko mako hui halavai ana, mahalo anui no ko ho mai kai ana I ke ia halavai Ke hala vai, he aha no, e ho mai kai ai hapa ia e ai I nai no o nei mau kia I o ke ola. Mahalo anu ia oe kia kua, ka noho ana mai, o ka meia o ke kulana kauhale o Honolulu, a me nā po e a pauloa, e lawe hana nei, no ke ia, ka pūlama, me ka mālama mai kai, I ke ola, ka noho honua ana. Mihi no ia oe kia kua, e hui kala mai no, nā ano hema a pauloa maka au au. Ho holo mua ho mai kai I ala kou, ke ia papa. Ho na kia I o ke ola. Nau no ho mai kai I ala kou, palekani ala kou, ho ka awale ala kou, nā numpo e mea lapo le launo o lidi ke ole apau. Nau no e kia kua ka mako e kau nai, kau kai, ai hili na I mau nei, me ko mako aloha, me ko mako mahalo. Maloko kai no ka makua, me ke keiki, me ka uhane hemalele. Amen. Mahalo. Mahalo ya oko.
Mahalo Kumuhina for being here today and for really setting the tone and sharing that beautiful emotion with us. What a wonderful sentiment, and really I think we all echo that today. We are so honored to be in the presence of all of you. Thank you so much for all that you do for our community. We are so thrilled to be able to honor you in a small way today. Kumuhina actually had to move her schedule to be here today. We so appreciate her. She said she really wanted to be here. As she noted, she is asked to do so many of these kinds of events, and she wanted to be here because, as she said, all of you are so important to our community. Welcome to the first mayoral promotional ceremony. This is an incredibly important occasion, a historic one as it is the first, honoring the promotions of our heroic paramedics and emergency medical technicians. First, of course, to the honorees, thank you so much for being here. We acknowledge your courage and your sacrifice. We understand and appreciate the incredible work and dedication that it's taken for you each to get to this point in your career. We also want to thank all of you in the audience and for those who could not be here, but we know who are with you in spirit today, the friends and family of all of the people on this stage today who give so much to support the work that they do. We appreciate you because we know that this is a sacrifice not only for those on stage, but also to those who support them at home. We also want to thank the Honorable Mayor of Honolulu, Rick Blangiardi. On behalf of EMS, thank you for being here today. We appreciate all that you are doing to acknowledge the men and women of this organization and for your support and your commitment to help them succeed. Director Jim Ireland, of course, thank you for all that you do, and Deputy Director Ian Santee, Honolulu EMS chiefs and personnel, thank you and welcome to all of you. We appreciate your support this morning. I'm Yunji Denise, if we haven't met before. Thank you for having me. I am also honored to be here. It was nearly 11 years ago to the day that I was first introduced to this organization in a meaningful way. I was the anchor over at KITV, and I got to do a profile story for Mother's Day about now FOS, or District Chief Sonia Austin, and her two daughters, now Supervisor Kanani Adams, sitting here on this stage today. And the story was about the mother and daughter team. There's also a second daughter, of course, Yvonne, who is also part of this organization. It was inspiring to learn about them, their dedication, the fact that they were making it a family affair, and to see them here on stage is just so wonderful. I've had the opportunity to cover this organization in a number of ways over the years, and I'm always so impressed with all the work that they do and how humble everyone is as part of this organization. They don't ask for recognition, but we definitely want to give it to them today. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome the Honorable Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, Mr. Rick Blangiardi. Let's give him a warm aloha now.
Good morning. Thank you, Yunji. Well, good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here. I have some brief comments to make that are prepared, but I want to just say a couple of things off the top. First of all, I'm sorry she's left the room, but Hina just sort of set the tone here today. And, you know, as she said, she's been asked to do this a lot, and Yunji mentioned that. I've been at a lot of those, and I've never seen her in a finer moment than today, heartfelt. So I mahalo to her for setting the tone. And certainly, Yunji, what you just said as well. You know, let me just draw down on my own experience as well. Having been in broadcasting for 43 years and 30 of those here in this town, I've been very aware, on sort of peripheral, if you will, with our news organizations of the work that EMS does. Served on the Red Cross board for more than a dozen years, certainly became aware of the work that EMS does. But it wasn't until I became mayor in the last 3.5 years that I have felt the work that the men and women do at EMS and what it really means to our city in a very profound way. So I am humbled and honored to be here today. I'm so pleased that we're conducting a promotional ceremony, and if it's the first of its kind, I am grateful that we have this opportunity to try to demonstrate, try to articulate the incredible respect and appreciation for what you do. I will tell you that I don't know what draws you to do this kind of work. It is extraordinary. It is not for the average person. And so in that regard, I just, I can't say enough. Thank you. God bless you. And know that you're greatly appreciated and highly respected by me, our entire administration, but really let me be that voice, if you will, for the countless thousands of peoples who rely on you, whose lives have been impacted. Mahalo. So with that, I would like to say, because we spent some time preparing this, just some brief comments. So this promotional ceremony is the first of its kind, where we have a beautiful venue filled with family and friends, all here to celebrate and honor these outstanding individuals who give so much of themselves every day to those who are sick and injured in our community. Combined, this group of paramedics and EMT have hundreds of years of valuable experience. For lots of people, just dialing 911 makes their heart race. You are 911. You have resuscitated patients, delivered babies, treated strokes, seizures, traumatic wounds, and you have given loved ones more time with one another, time with family and friends. We like to talk about stats that are good, but we must remember your stats are lives. Every call out of the nearly 90,000 responses you went on late last year equates to a child, a mother, father, grandparent, and a friend. And let me just add one thing, because I didn't do the math on this, but knowing that there were nearly 90,000 calls, and given the amount of ambulances and number of paramedics and EMT people that we have, that's each and every day is really intense. By the hour, never knowing what each call would mean. I mean, this is phenomenal, phenomenal work. Your jobs as an EMS paramedic or EMT is one the rest of us in this room and most of our community would turn away from. It is a difficult career, emotionally, mentally, and physically. And I commend you for choosing a career that puts the needs of strangers before yours. I commend you for your bravery and heroism, your grit when things are tough, and for not backing down. You choose to rise up to meet the everyday challenges of being an EMS hero. And we thank you for your service, your dedication, and we congratulate you on your promotion. Bravo to all of you. So I'm honored to present this proclamation for the 50th anniversary of National EMS Week, honoring the past, forging the future. So I have, the proclamation is not here, but we're going to ad-lib because I have to have a copy of the proclamation. I thought I had it up here. And we're going to get to that? We'll actually do the proclamation a little bit. So not only did I show up about 8 minutes late, you could tell this was unrehearsed. But let me tell you what's not unrehearsed. Everything I said from the heart, I really mean for all of you. Congratulations, bravo, and I'm glad your families are here. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mayor Blangiardi, and we are going to get to Mayor Blangiardi with that proclamation in just a little bit. But first, let's welcome Dr. Jim Ireland.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you all for coming. Congratulations to everyone here on stage. I'm Jim Ireland. I'm the Director of Emergency Services. Honolulu started providing emergency ambulance service 104 years ago. through the city health department. The dawn of paramedics occurred in the early 1970s across the country. And the major cities like Miami, Los Angeles, and even Honolulu had early paramedic programs. And so EMS Week commemorates that. We're in our 50th anniversary for EMS Week, and really modern EMS came with the training of paramedics, where people working on the ambulance, our MICTs, our paramedics, do essentially what doctors are doing and we're doing in the emergency room, because they realized you needed those tools to save people's lives before they got to the hospital. Things like defibrillation, intubation, and other advanced procedures. So it's very special for me to be here today in the ceremony. You know, the last few years have been clouded by COVID, and we weren't able to have these types of gatherings. And I hope this marks the first of many years to come, where during EMS Week, we can also celebrate our year's promotions, as well as other achievements that we've had during the department, and whether it's a Lifesaver Award or other commendations. Now, what's interesting about our department in EMS is the day you start, when you put on this uniform as an EMT or sometimes as a paramedic, there is already acknowledgement of what you do and what you've learned and what you provide to patients as far as their care. And you're a leader from day one, even again, first day EMT, because when you get on scenes, you are telling patients what to do. You're directing their families, you're comforting their families, you're talking to bystanders and directing them and other first responders how to help, what to do, how to carry somebody. So EMS leadership starts from day one. But as you progress through your career, we bestow titles on people, whether it's supervisor or chief, and that's what we have tonight. We have a platform here, a stage full of our leaders who are progressing in their careers. And leadership, in my opinion, is something that's evolving. I'm a lifelong learner. People, I think, in medicine are always lifelong learners, because there's always something more to learn. And I look to people that I admire and are inspired by, and try to say, okay, what do I like about that leader that I can bring into my own house or my own habits that can make me a better person. And I look to the mayor, and my boss, Mike Formey, the managing director, and I just want to say a few words about the mayor, who, not to put the mayor on the spot, but that I've used just watching him and how he works, because we've had this opportunity to work together now for 3 years. One is he always thanks his wife and his family for the sacrifice she has to make for what he does in his work and the calling of what it takes to be the mayor and the going out at night and the weekends and that sort of thing. And EMS is very similar to that, because somebody has to work Christmas, somebody has to work on the weekends, somebody has to work at night. And while they're doing that and taking care of Oahu, somebody is at home without them, whether it's spouse, significant other, children. They may miss the baseball game, they may miss the holiday, and it's those sacrifices that the family make, that I'm looking out here in the audience, you folks make, that allow them to take care of and save lives for all of us in the community. So that's one thing. And my wife's the same thing. What she has allowed me to do and essentially put up with for to sacrifice for what I can do, I feel the same way about her. The other thing is thanking the team. Mayor, you're always profuse in your acknowledgement and thank yous, and I felt like, wow, am I doing that enough with our team? And so as leaders, and you're going to have people that are under you, and you're going to be responsible for, but continue to thank them for what they do, and the sacrifices they make to make the team better and to make our service better. And then the last thing is, I think, in these positions and the positions you're all in, technically you're a boss, because there's people under you and you're their boss, but be more than a boss, be a coach. And I think because the mayor was a coach, he was an actual football coach, that coaching, I still see that in the meetings we have. And, there's 100 books on Amazon on leadership and taking control of businesses and situations. There's probably a dozen of them that are good. I've probably bought a half a dozen of them. But one of the things I've keyed in on is the difference between a leader servant and a boss. And you can Google kind of the differences on that. But being supportive and a servant to the people who you lead and helping them succeed only makes your job easier, and it makes you do better. And I feel that too, because the quality of people up here is so high. I just try to stay out of their way and make sure they have the tools they need to succeed, and then we all succeed. So I wish you all well in your careers. I appreciate each and every one of you. If we had enough time, I could probably tell a story about everybody up here and something that they've done wonderful in the last year for our department, but I know we don't have that kind of time. But just know that I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all in the audience who work for us, Ian, our deputy, our chiefs, and certainly Mayor and Mike, my bosses at the city, for allowing us to just be the best we can be. Thank you.
Mahalo, Dr. Ireland. And as Dr. Ireland and the mayor both noted, this is the beginning of National Emergency Medical Services Week. This year's theme is Honoring the Past, Forging the Future, and today we have a very special guest with us. In 1958, a man by the name of Nolan Ho was an EMT for the city and county of Honolulu. He was treating a patient on the way to the hospital, and unfortunately, the back door of the ambulance actually opened at the time, and he fell out. He succumbed to his injuries, and it was a great loss for the city and, of course, for his family. He had 15 brothers and sisters. Today, we are joined by his only surviving brother. And on behalf of the EMS, we want to thank the Ho family and their loved ones for their sacrifice. We are going to learn more about Nolan Ho from his brother, Peter. Let's welcome him now.
Mayor Blangiardi, Managing Director Formby, and Director Dr. Ireland, thank you so much. I want to thank all the honorees and the members of the EMS family for giving me this opportunity and inviting me to your very special occasion. I'm Peter Ho, representing the family of the late Nolan Tin Wo Ho, who passed while on duty with the EMS a lifetime ago. He was 24 years old. Unfortunately, my two surviving siblings, Billy Yok Hyung Ching and Janet Yok Lan Crab, are not able to attend. They send their kindest thanks to you all, despite their frail condition. The hurt of Nolan's loss has healed. It's been a long time ago, a lifetime ago. But we in the family, the surviving members of the family, have very fond memories of Nolan's compassion to serve his fellow citizens in the city and county of Honolulu. He started out as a medic in the National Guard, worked with the Kaneohe State Hospital, Malohia Hospital, and was with the EMS. He always wanted to serve his fellow man, and really was quite a special person in that regard. As a side note, he was my older brother, and I suffered because of that. But one sister, Janet Crab, followed Nolan's example, and she became a registered nurse in the Kaiser medical system here and retired from Kaiser Hospital. So Nolan's example really resonated with us younger family members. And you know what? I see this compassion. He had this compassion to serve others. And when I look at all the honorees and look at the people in this room, I see this kind of compassion in all of you who really choose to serve others. And as the mayor said, most times without much recognition, but still the compassion to serve others. And that's truly blessed. You are really, really special to us all. And my congratulations to all of you who are being recognized today for all the fine work that you folks have been doing all these years. So my family is so grateful to you all, and we thank you very, very much for this recognition that you are giving my late brother. Thank you again.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ho, and we're actually going to invite you to stay on the stage for this next part of the presentation if you're comfortable doing so.
Okay.
Do you want to have At this time, we'd also like to invite the mayor, the director, the deputy director, and EMS chiefs to all join us on stage. We're going to present the honorees with a certificate and a challenge coin. And we also want to invite family members, when your loved one's name is called out, feel free to come up here. If you would just go to the center. Feel free to come up in the center aisle and take a picture. Take your moment. Make sure that you get the right shot, because this is such a special occasion, and we don't want you to miss it. We're going to start with our field operations supervisors in attendance today. You'll see that there's a full list of the folks who have been promoted. Not everyone is able to be here today, so we're just calling out the names of those who are in actual attendance. Starting with Howard Fujimoto. Frank Gregorio. Kenneth Faria. Justin Santiago. Jared Tanoy. Yeah, and honorees, take your moment. Make sure you look at your family members in the audience. They want to get that shot, okay? Isaac Tejada. Franny Chung. Okay, Franny, turn around and make sure you smile. Okay, Sonia Austin. Okay, Mom, your daughter's looking, so take a picture. Turn around. Okay, next, our unit supervisor, starting with Sean Takeshita. Cheryl Ann Murphy. Shahara Molina. Shara, I'm so sorry, Shara. Shara Molina. Shara, take your picture. Don't miss it. Felimon Juliano. Derek Okamoto. Matthew Lamke. Kea Smith. Sunny Johnson. Okay, we're going to let Sunny get a quick picture. It's worth it. You want that, right? Jansen Fukada. Okay, Jansen, let's get that one in the middle. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, Christopher Drazik. Kanani Adams. Oh, and it looks like Kanani's son is right there. How sweet. Aww. Oh, wonderful. Marlon Cesar. Micah Esterone. Christopher Keola Pido. And let's all stand now and congratulate this amazing group of men and women one more time. Okay, and as we mentioned earlier, the mayor gave us a little preview. It is the 50th anniversary of National Emergency Medical Services Week, and to honor that, he is now going to deliver the proclamation. Do you want to
Well, first of all, congratulations again. Secondly, Peter, thank you. Yeah, that's a really nice tribute to your brother Nolan and a memory, and I'm sure your parents are very proud of you guys. That's amazing. You know, let me just add one other thing, and I thank Jim for his comments. I wish you could have all heard what Jim was whispering in my ear about each person being called up. And so I would just add one other thing to being team and coaching and whatever. You got to love your players. And I think you do, Jim. I was really impressed with your comments. Very nice. So I get to read this proclamation. And I'm going to read the whole thing. It's not that long, but given the occasion, I want to mark it in such a way that it's as profound as it can be, because this is the 50th anniversary of EMS Week. So it says, whereas May 19th to the 25th, 2024 marks the 50th anniversary of the National Emergency Medical Services Week, with this year's theme being honoring our past, forging our future. And whereas we are reminded to acknowledge the hard work of the paramedics and emergency medical technicians who came before us to lay the groundwork, while also pushing forward to build and lead the emergency medical services EMS system we want and need for our future. And whereas EMS is the lead agency providing pre-hospital emergency medicine to our nearly 1 million residents and 10 million visitors annually. And whereas the 22 EMS stations, EMS is responsible for evaluating and administering medicine and medical treatment to tens of thousands of patients annually. And whereas EMS responded to more than 89,000 911 calls in 2023, comprised of trauma and medical emergencies, administering life-saving medical treatment, and transported more than 63,000 patients to emergency rooms. And whereas paramedics and emergency medical technicians are treating patients under difficult and dire circumstances. And whereas in 1973, President Gerald Ford recognized the great importance of emergency medical services and declared the first National Emergency Medical Services Week. Now, therefore, I, Rick Blangiardi, Mayor of the City and County of Honolulu, do hereby proclaim May 19th to the 25th, 2024, to be National Emergency Medical Services Week in recognition and appreciation of the life-saving work our paramedics and emergency medical technicians do and have done for Oahu residents and visitors alike, demonstrating selfless dedication, commitment, and sacrifice. Bravo. Thank you. Thank you. It's truly an honor to be here today. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you to all of the honorees. Thank you, of course, to Dr. Ireland. Thanks to the mayor's staff for all of their support with putting today together. Thanks to all of you for making the time on a weekday to be here to support all of those folks on stage. Also to MOCA's office for providing this lovely venue. To HESD Secretary Naomi Amoro, EMT Annie Hong, EMS Chief Corey Chalk and Brandon Chin for their help in making today's special ceremony possible. And of course, Shane Enright, who is the brains behind this organization and makes it all happen. We know that. Yeah, let's give a round for all of those folks and Shane. So this concludes our 2024 Honolulu Emergency Medical Services Promotional Ceremony. Please feel free to take pictures, enjoy some light refreshments outside. Make sure you get some nice photographs of everyone together. It is such a wonderful day. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Mahalo.